Hello.
Hello, hello. Nick, I'm so excited about interviewing you because you've done what we did with your launch is very different from what people would expect to to have with a launch, isn't it? So let's just talk about what you did with your launch. So do you want me to go through it or do you want to go through it, Nick?
I'll get started and then you can help me out. So,
Okay.
what we launched essentially was my 101 coaching. And
Mhm.
before we launched the program, first of all, we launched it without a website because my website was under rebrand, and I didn't have a website. I didn't have a lot of followers on Facebook, and I didn't have an email list, a huge email list. I think I had just a few hundred people on there. So the fact that we sold so many of the one-on-one coaching program, my 10-week coaching program, was quite amazing, considering that we didn't have those tools. And since then, we have built my email list, built my followers as well, and did a whole new website, which has helped a lot. And now I've been able to double the price of the program that I've been selling for my 10-week programs, and that's how I got to the 30,000 mark.
Amazing, amazing. Congratulations. So, look, the way that what we did with Nick is that first of all, the first point was going to market with something Nick's audience really, really wanted. Now, when Nick came to me, she was adamant that she wanted an online program. That was it. That was absolutely it, and a guide. But in reality, and this is, I guess I really want to get this message out there that you can actually make a lot of money with sort of one-on-one coaching where you're getting sales over the internet and leveraged one-on-one coaching, right? So it's not all about online programs, I guess, is what I mean. And also, so what we did was we went out to market with something that was really compelling for her audience. I mean, even Nick's name, the Lean Body Coach, is just amazing. And her program is the Lean Body Accelerator, okay? And what we did was we didn't do any kind of big launch. We did a soft launch, which is something that I've done with a few of my clients, and I do if they're strong in a particular niche, and their offer is really, really compelling. And I knew that Nick was going to be like that. Her product was strong. So we really just came up with copy, and I call it my soft copy launch sort of formula. And it's about, I don't know, maybe 200 words, and we put that on Facebook and like in an ad, like in sort of a status update, and asked people to apply, right? And literally people applied, and then Nick got on the phone with them and converted them. So there wasn't any big launch. It was a soft launch. It didn't cost much money at all through Facebook advertising, and it was really low stress. Okay, and she's completely sold out at the moment, and also been able to double her price. So when when you launch, if you've got something that is really relevant to your market, then and it hits the nail on the head, you don't actually have to have a big launch. You can do it really, really. You can make it really, really cost effective and simple. Okay, but you've got to get the messaging right. Okay, and you really have to understand your market and that sort of thing. And the particular copy, I follow or I get my clients to follow a particular format that to this day has worked. It works every single time. So, oh yeah, and also what it was really key again is using the images with the Facebook ad. I really can't stress that enough, and it's something that I recommend all my clients do, and that is to get a professional photo shoot done. Now, actually, the image that we used with Nick, it wasn't a professional photo, but it was because Nick's gorgeous, and basically you want an aspirational photo that's going to illustrate the benefits of your product. And I guess Nick is living proof of her program, and that was what resonated with her audience as well. And another key point is that Nick didn't have a big list. It was tiny, right? It was really, really small, and this still worked. It worked really, really effectively. Nick, if I had to say to you what you feel was, what are your success tips? What would you have to say about that to other people who want to kind of replicate the success that you've had?
Well, first of all, let go of your expectations and just go with the flow and go with what has been proven to work. Because I had an idea in mind. I wanted to sell this book. I wanted to create this online program, but it was taking time, and it wasn't something that was going to make me money overnight. And without you sort of encouraging me to really just go out there with this soft launch without having anything really ready, I wouldn't have been able to do this. And I wouldn't have had the finances and the resources to now write the book and finish the book and finish my online program. So literally just go out there with what you have now, and don't be afraid it's going to work. If you follow the format and you follow what's been given to you, because Jane really knows, she's got this format down.
That's excellent advice. And the point that you made is that it really is about getting cash into your business as soon as possible. We really can't think about what we're going to launch for a year, because you're not going to get any results, right? Something else that I wanted to mention, Nik, is about the sales calls.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Yeah. So Nik never thought that she would be actually a salesperson and getting on the call. And what I tend to do with a lot of my clients is that they end up on the phone selling, because the reality is that as business owners and as entrepreneurs, you are a salesperson. It is not enough to be good at what you do. You have to be able to sell. Now, Nik, what was your experience of getting on the phone and selling? And just to rehash, the process was that people would apply, and then Nik was going to phone them and turn those people into, sales. Yeah. So, what was your experience?
I think it really helped that we made the program application only, because it really narrowed down the amount of the kind of clients that I was able to work with. And
yes, you could qualify people.
That's right. And also talking to them on the phone, it just creates that relationship immediately. And I must admit, the first few calls, I was terrified. I think when we did this soft launch, the next day I looked in my inbox and I had something like 96 emails and applications from all over the world. And I literally called Jane in a panic. I said, what am I going to do now? I had no idea. So she gave me a script, and then I just had to start practicing, and it was literally the most terrifying thing. But probably by the 20th call, I was so good at it. I had the answers to all the questions that everyone's been asking me. And now, literally, I think there's barely any people I don't convert. So now I'm booked out till 2015, I think May now, because everyone that I've converted, they're booking in for March and May.
Yay. Look, I'm going to let you in on a secret. And the truth is that actually, when Nik was not going to make any calls, and she had a few calls, and the first 3 she didn't convert, and I was like, what's going on here, right? And she actually wasn't making the calls herself, her friend was. So that is how terrified Nik was to make the calls. So, and I just mentioned that because it feels like it's the most terrifying thing to get on the phone and sell, or you think it is, but the reality is it's not. You're talking about, it's a very natural process. And when Nik says, I gave her a script, it's not anything crazy, it's easy to follow, it's a total natural process because it's about your product and about being passionate about it. So, well, good on you, Nik. That's awesome results. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you. I couldn't have done it without you. I really appreciate having me on the call today.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure.